In today's video, I invested $1,000 on TCGPlayer for the last 4 years, and here are the results. What's up, guys? We are finally back with the $1,000 TCGPlayer opening. I know you guys have been asking about this. Hey, what's the check-in with the new cards? Hey, have you checked in with the new cards yet? I kind of forgot for a few months, but don't worry. We are back. We're not too late. We got about 2 months until the end of the year, so it'll be a nice check-in point, and then we'll check in, of course, at the beginning of next year, maybe invest again for a 5th year. Who knows? If you guys want to see a year 5, let me know in the comments. And if you want to join today's giveaway, which is a $50 TCGPlayer gift card, just like the video, be subscribed, turn on notifications, and let me know down below. What do you think about this sort of investment? Do you think it's worth it? Probably not usually, but let's check out how our investments are doing right now. Do you want these 7 packs for only $5? Well, of course I do, Ruxin. How do I get them? Simple answer. Click the link down below, head on over to Whatnot, create an account, and you're gonna get $15 free credit to use anywhere on the app. Now, if you check out my profile, Ruxin34.com, you can see that I have a $20 bundle of Yu-Gi-Oh packs listed. So $20 minus $15 free credit, you're gonna get $5 only to buy those 7 packs. But wait, there's more. If you're a new user, you get this Stampede pack for free with your first purchase, giving you 8 packs for $5 plus shipping. So because we have 4 years to check in now, I pre-checked the first 3 years. We're gonna look over the prices, and I'll tell you guys what I think, and then we'll go to the 4th year and kind of react live. So first year was kind of weird, and I invested all my $1,000, like this is how much we originally spent on February. Okay, I had to leave because I bit my tongue and my mouth is all messed up, and I went to like use some mouthwash, make it feel a little better. I spilled mouthwash all over the place. So yeah, this is off to a great start, but you guys didn't see that thanks to, you know, I left and I edited, you know, well, I didn't edit, but it was edited. Thank you, Kenneth. Yeah, so off to a great start. Let's check in on the prices from 2020. I was saying this was originally January 1st, 2022 is when we started this. By the way, it's almost 2026. Actually, a little scary how fast time is, you know, back then, I didn't have a baby. All of a sudden, baby. Craziness. Okay, so if you check in on the Blue Eyes, I don't even need to talk about how this was supposed to be near mint, came as light plate, We lost 84%. We lost 24% on the near mint unlimited, 51% on the Silent Swordsman, also should be near mint, 80% on Leviathan Dragon, one of my worst investments, just completely terrible, $110. Now it's worth 28, no, not even $28, not even 21, $20.98, disgusting. Lightning Storm, same thing, almost $300, $56. You can see the massive fall in Starlight Rares through this. In 2022, I bought this card for nearly $300. I paid tax, by the way. I didn't include that. So over $300. That'd be like $325. It's worth $56 now. Literally a fifth of the price. We've lost 81% of our value. Sol Morning Unlimited actually has gone up. Wow, that card's $83 for the unlimited. That's actually insane. I wasn't really paying attention. I was just inputting the prices. That's really crazy. Adusted Gold is down, you know, 88%. Okay, it was only 12 bucks to begin with. Nothing too crazy. They keep reprinting it. So yeah, that's, you know, it's not going to hold value. It's just a regular secret when it gets a new, which is fine. Stratos, 150. I don't even understand why this is $88 because objectively, this is the best Stratos. QCR, way worse. Starlight, way worse. The ulti is just the correct choice. I like the other versions as well, but the ulti is perfect. If you've ever had an ulti Stratos, especially those Euro ones, they're absolutely beautiful. And you just can't beat it. You will never make a Stratos that's a better looking card than that. So this being only $88, it feels like an absolute steal. Now, don't go out and buy one expecting it to go up because this is Yu-Gi-Oh cards we're talking about. Yu-Gi-Oh cards don't go up like 99.99999% of the time. Doesn't matter how nice they look, doesn't matter how collectible you think they are, no matter how, maybe playable. You may be like, oh, this card might be good soon. That's the only time you're gonna make it happen. Collectability in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a few of us still out there, but this isn't Pokemon. It's not gonna be like, this card's so collectible, we all gotta all put it in our binder and make the price go up. That doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. So if you're watching this thinking for that to happen, don't do it. Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon, $140. It's $55 for the Ghost Rare. First ed near mint, which is actually insane to me. These are 1 in 12 boxes. A Clash of Rebellion box first ed is probably gonna run you, if you can even find one, a couple $100, $250, $300, whatever it is. You could open 12 of those, so you know, $3,000. You're gonna pull a $55 card if you get it. And it's Red Eyes. This seems criminal, $55. Like, that's actually insane how cheap that is, because this is one of the coolest Ghost Rares, in my opinion, like ever. $55. Absolutely crazy. So in terms of like when I say that, don't take that and run and try and invest in it, but maybe like now's the time to grab it for your collection, or like maybe like, oh, cool. I want this card. It's only 55 bucks and I have this really cool Ghost Rare. Perfect for a collection buy, you know, under $100 card. That's like super cool. That's 2 of them right there. Warriors Triumph, this thing's down to 90. It was 100 when I bought it. It's basically the same. It's down by 10%. Okay, year 2, where the spreadsheet gets a little prettier. Not that much prettier, but a little bit. Sky Striker Ace Rose, we had 3 of those. They're down $2.07 for 3 of them. That's down 39%. We have Dark Arm Dragon. That's almost exactly the same, $44.39. Then we have Classified. I sold it at this price. So sold cards right here. I sold a few different cards from year 2. Sold it, locked in a 74% profit. $100 on the Catastor. By the way, this was a huge mistake. I didn't realize these were the cards in my Edison format deck. I thought I had these and I had the ones in my extra deck. No, so now I don't even have the ultis. I have freaking super rares in there, which sucks because I was trying to max out that deck. So my Diva Hero deck is missing those 2 cards now, which is a real bummer. And speaking of cards, if you guys see any cards, and I have profited on them in the video. So they have to be a positive percentage or a positive amount up. And you want to buy them, you can contact me. Email me, rodneyruxin34@gmail.com. Instagram, @ruxin34. Twitter, @ruxin34. If you guys want to buy any of those, I'm best chance I answer the email, by the way. Just saying, because sometimes they don't even show me your Instagram message. It just gets sent to spam immediately. If you want anything, and I can't be negative because I'm not selling when I'm negative. I'm just going to hold on to it. But if it's like I'm up, you know, 20% and you want to buy it, hit me up. We have Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. We had 6 of these. These are down 68%. Only $20 for 6 of them now. They are now reprinted again in the next 5Ds deck, I think. So these just don't have a lot of value. The secrets look amazing, but I don't think they're holding too much. Pot Desires Ultimate Rare. These have been way down. They're only $14. We bought them at $55. Trap Tricks, we sold these immediately. These went up super fast, 68%. I think they're probably back down now, but thanks to the structure deck when it came out. Or I think it was a structure, yeah. Two Blackluster Soldiers down 15% slightly. Instant Fusions down 54%. This was a chat buy. I didn't want to buy this. We knew it was going to get like banned or whatever, or limited. Night Beam is actually up 41%. So if you want an ultimate rare Night Beam, hit me up. I've got 10 of them. So I would sell a couple of those, or all 14 or whatever you want, or 10 or whatever you want to buy. Baxia, this thing is getting decimated, I think, because it had a rarity collection print. Same thing with Yazi. These are both under $10 for an ultimate rare. Which, speaking of cool cards that are ultis and are like not really that hard to, or not really that easy to find, these are pretty cool cards, and these are $9 and they're ultimate rare. So I would, you know, take a look at them. You like the artwork, you think it's a cool card you want to collect. I would shout out these cards. $9.60, like literally nothing. Basically nothing. You could buy like 2 packs for that. Rescue Rabbit, the original Photon Shockwave, it's down 21%. Rising Energy is also down, but you guys remember the Rising Energy situation. We spent way too much on these to begin with. Fiber Jar, should we flashback again? We'll do a very quick flashback. We got to remember the star. Anything on the service actually looks pretty good, surprisingly. This is not real. They did not write on the card and call it near mint. Droll and Lockbird. These are $2.40 a piece, and we have 3 of these. So if you need Droll and Lockbirds, I've got them. $7.20 for 3. Now the thing about it, we're up 400% because I think they cost us originally a third of $1.40, so 40 something cents each. I think these might be in the 5Ds thing as well as a common, so these are about to come back down. So probably shouldn't buy them now if they are in there, but you know, if you do want the rares at a Tactical Masters, I got a play set, so hit me up. Gate Guardian, we're always going to be down 90% on this because we paid like, what ridiculous amount? $4.39 a piece for 23 of these. This was a chat purchase. These are literally worth 50 cents each now. Battle Fader has always been up, but I've never been able to sell it. I had it on TCG for a long time. I've turned off my TCG Player store because, let me just get this grievance out, because TCG Player is on my nerves right now, even though we're doing this. Some guy bought, I turned on my store for the first time in a long time. I still had a Magical Arm Shield listed in mod play condition. It seems like I sold it because I can't find it anywhere. This happens sometimes when you have a TCG Player, you have a website, you have a whatnot, you have all these different places where you've listed your cards, right? So you sell it one place, you try to remember to take it off everywhere, but it's not automated. You just have to remember to do it. Well, obviously that's not, you know, when you have to remember everything, you're going to forget sometimes. So obviously what happened is the guy bought it, and as soon as I realized, oh, I don't have the card, I messaged him, hey, sorry, man. I think I sold this somewhere else. I just turned my store back on. I'll send you a refund real quick. Negative feedback. Which, it's very frustrating. Like, I get it. Like, yeah, I should have the cards in stock that I say are in stock, right? How about, you know, cut me some slack. It's not like I was like, you know what? I'm not going to refund you. I'm going to keep the money. It's like, can you just have some, like, I don't know, decency? Like, think about, Okay, yeah, let's say you do something and you forget to do something. You're like, oh, my bad, man. I messed up. Do you want somebody to leave you a negative feedback and try to, you know, be like, hey, I'm 100% feedback before this. Yeah, let's just mark this guy's store because he accidentally didn't have an inventory correctly. So yeah, that was annoying. And then of course, TCGPlayer's like, sorry, we can't take it off. You gotta leave it on there. So I was like, okay, then I'm not selling on TCGPlayer anymore. I'm sorry, I'm taking a break from TCGPlayer. That's just so on my nerves. It's like, guys, I've done over 10,000 sales on this platform. You can't help me out with this. This guy's just being a jerk. Because he left in the feedback like how I was trying to scam him or something. Like, you obviously just listed it or something. And I'm like, what do you mean I just listed it? I was like, no, well, I turned my store back on. I didn't just list it. And like, why would I not want it? It was a $100 card. I want to sell the card. Very frustrating. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just sell somewhere else. Thanks for the 10,000 sales. I guess I'm going to take a break from here. So I'm still a little annoyed by TCGPlayer. Anyway, back to the point of that. Let me know. I know technically, I am still technically in the wrong. I should have had it in inventory and I get it. Yeah, sure. But like, did it warrant a negative feedback? I don't think so. And then TCGPlayer just being like, screw you, seller. Like, you've done all this work on this platform, but yeah, you're going to have to leave that on there. You're going to have to ding your store. I'm like, well, I guess I'll just wait till it falls off for 3 months and I'll just wait for forever to actually list on the platform. Well, the reason I had this listed on TCGPlayer for a long time. I actually do have this card and it was like at $100 and now it's all the way back down to 30. So it hasn't really gone up at all. So cool. Petite Moth down by a lot, but I mean, look, people don't know the value of Petite Moth, obviously. So let's go to year 3. Mystical Space Typhoon. I feel like all these TCG players, I end up with some sort of like rant in the middle of them or some sort of story. Like, remember when we lost the Judgment Dragon? We didn't, but like the mail did, and then it showed up 8 months later. That was crazy. Speaking of, that'll be on this year, this 2024, I believe. Mystical Space Typhoon is actually up money for the first time ever. It's like $40, which is really cool. Ecclesia is up 5%. Nekagals are down. Another chat purchase, shocker. Rafflesia is down 55%. LOB box is still up 77, but it's actually down a little bit at 165. Little D's are, I locked this in. I sold these for $15 over. So whatever that was, if we look here, I sold them for 11, 11, and 11. I think that's kind of what they're at now. It's like 10.50 or something like that. We locked that in. Judgment Dragon, we're down $37, but we did at least get the card. That's a win, in my opinion. It was up $39, so it's had a big swing since then. Zushins, these are all getting destroyed. Speaking of chat purchases, Mirage of Nightmares, Nintendo. After 10,000 years, your investment is paid off. These are apparently now 0 points in Genesis. So shout out Genesis format for actually changing the market a little bit. I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but I got distracted by all the other things. We are up $12 on Mirage of Nightmares. So if you need your Mirages, I would lock it in at $12 because I'll have to ship it and then I'll make like $5. But still, we could say we profited, so that's a win. Destroyer Phoenix and Force to DP. I mean, How the Mighty Have Fallen, a $2 card at like rounding up. Heavy Storm is up a couple bucks. Brilliant Fusion is up 7%. Mech Vanity's Draco Sack, very nice. Baron DeFleur still banned, so no. Dingears, what in the world? Dingears? No, Lina. Okay, I'm like, that was not that expensive. Lina, yeah, this was a horrible buy. We tried to buy a Starlight Rare. That was before we knew they were going to reprint all of them. Dingirsu, this is about the same-ish, maybe? Yeah, down $1. Yeah, it's down a lot from last time, though. It's about $8 or something. The Lava Golems are still doing pretty good. Still an amazing card like these days. It's basically just a big kaiju. Evenly matched, 50 cents for an evenly matched these days? No, it's a 50-cent increase. Sorry. Okay, I was about to say, wow, that's cheap. Okay, 50% increase, or 50-cent increase. Lightning Storms are actually up by a little bit. Very nice. Reasoning down $1. Okay, so overall we're down $8.59. Let's see, what were we on this one? We're down, a little bit, 4%. Year 1, we're down 55%. So year 1's definitely the worst. So year 4, here's where we got to check in. I have not checked in on any of these. Let's go through them one at a time. So we have Dark Magician Girl from the Dueling Mirrors 25th anniversary. I'm actually really excited for these QCRs because I think there's a potential that they went up a little bit at least. All right, so Dark Magician Girl is $9.75. That's very similar. Yeah, $9.25. So we are up slightly, just a little bit, 5%. Let's look at Exodia the Forbidden One QCR from the Dueling Heroes. $9.98. All right, so $9.98. We are down a little bit on this one, but I think we kind of picked this one up at the peak, like when they just done the reprint of the other QCR, like done the QCR Exodia limbs and stuff like that. Speaking of, let's do each one of the limbs. So this will be fun. Let me rifle through these real quick. So left arm of the Forbidden One is $349 or $342. Left leg is $495. So the left leg's a little bit more expensive than the left arm for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's a soccer Exodia. Who knows? Right arm is near mint $4.99. Not too shabby, the most expensive so far. Now we're looking at the right leg. Oh wait, apparently they were in a different order. Now we have to look at the right leg. $4.18 for the right leg. That puts, okay, the head's down 23%, then 20% on the left arm, 68% up on the left leg, 0% on this one. It's a 1 cent difference, 21% different up on the right arm. So, you know, average that out pretty close to 0. Now it's time for the Blue Eyes White Dragon from the Dueling Tin. All right, there are 4 different QCRs of Blue Eyes so far, which is pretty crazy. Whoa, this card's gonna be expensive. Okay, verified, $32.95. Oh, it costs a lot to begin with. That's still a lot. Wow, that's it. I'm surprised that's held up. I mean, it's Blue Eyes SDK art, so not really that surprised, but pretty crazy. Let's look up the Red Eyes Black Dragon Bonanza. This is the alt art that I really like. All right, really cool art here. Yeah, if this isn't the best Red Eyes art, in your opinion, you're just wrong. I know everyone's going to say the starter deck and LOB. Well, they doubled up on that, okay? This is way cooler in my opinion. Way cooler, not way cooler. I really like the original, but very cool. $35.95. We're actually up 16% on that one. Very solid. Okay. We have another Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. I was like, I don't remember buying 2 Red Eyes. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Oh, let's see how Dragoon's doing from Rarity Collection 2. How are you doing, Dragoon? Near mint condition. Ooh, $29.99 seems cheap. What we paid. We are down 32% on that one. Ouch. That's okay because we have Genzo here, and I know Genzo's going to be $18 million. Watch this. We are about to be extremely rich off Genzo. Yeah, T told you, 59.11. 59.11. That'll make up for it. 86% up. Check that out. And now we're on to Droll and Lockbird. Speaking of, Droll and Lockbird was way up for just the rares. So I would imagine the format's just pushing everything up. I mean, it's got, wait, it's not an alt art, is it? Or the regular quarter century. So where's the regular quarter century? Why am I having to type it in? This is near mint, 35. Oh, that one had 2. Okay, so it's 70. Okay, those are up pretty good. 20 and 30%. That's quite a lot. All right, so far we're doing pretty well. Looks like I messed this up. We're down 69%, but we haven't filled out everything yet. Slifer the Sky Dragon from Bonanza. Slifer the Sky Dragon. Bonanza, right? Okay, yeah, this one. All right, $32.94. $32.94. 20%, that's pretty good. Obelisk the Tormentor. This one is $30.84. Oh, wow. We're up again. Okay, these quarter centuries are doing good so far. The Winged Dragon of Ra. The Winged Dragon of Ra. Let's get the alt art. $27.94. That one doesn't feel that strong. Yeah, this one's actually down 21%. Oh, no. We were on such a good run. That's okay because we have a quarter century Bonanza box. See what this is worth. $186.99. That's basically what it was. Oh no, from when we bought it, I was looking at last time. Oh, we're up 67% because we bought it super early. Very nice buy on the quarter century. Wow, we're looking good. Invasion of Chaos 25th anniversary. I don't think these are up at all, actually. This is worth $64.41. I can't believe how cheap these are still. The nostalgia is just so strong, but I guess they're not really that powerful. Divine Arsenal Zeus. Sky Thunder. What are you going to give us, Sky Thunder? How about $21.89? That is almost exactly. It's literally 1% different. That card has not moved at all. Link Karibo. That tells me that there's just a lot of traffic with those. Like you buy them, somebody else keeps listing them. They just never really go away, stay the same. Link Karibo? What did we buy Link Karibo for? Shonen Jump. Didn't this card get banned? I think this card got banned, so this card is definitely not going to be expensive. All right, Shonen Jump magazine promo. This card is, okay, that's Korean, $4.50. This is actually up. Is that card unbanned or something? Forgot we bought an Air Neos. The whole Air Neos thing happened since the beginning of this, so I would imagine that this card's doing okay. This is only the Ultra, so nothing crazy. Wait, $341.97, and there are 2 sales. Well, one's $34, so that's probably like a Korean copy or something like that. $341.97. It's down from what it was, so the hype was like right then. I do have this card if you want to buy it for $341.97. I mean, that is a lot of money for an ultra rare. The chances of them reprinting it, I guess, is what's getting it so high. It's like there's probably not going to happen at this point, but it's still insane. Like that's actually wild. Now we get into the ghost rares. Oh my gosh, trying to get these in near mint was really, really tough. Yeah, so I had to return a lot of these and you know, but here's the thing that I did. I did transactions. I had completely terrible experiences with some of them. Some of them were just like, okay, we can return it. Some people tried to act like they couldn't do a return. They're like, oh, sorry, can't do that, la, 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 you know. And eventually we got it figured out. Guess what I didn't do? Leave a negative feedback. Like, even when it was terrible, I know technically you could be like, yeah, you should leave a negative feedback on a bad seller. It's like, yeah, but then like, think about that these are people like trying to make money, you know, and trying to like live or whatever. So it's like, I'm not trying to do that to anybody, even if it is like really terrible. I'm not going to bash them in like a video or anything. I think I previously did that one time and I was like, I don't really like that because like people make mistakes, you know, and sometimes they are consistently bad and like people need to know that. If I call them out, you know, it just gets really bad. So yeah, it's kind of a weird situation, to be honest, where it could just be a bad experience, but a lot of times you can tell, like, based on how they deal with it. Like, are they super easy to deal with after the problem? Which I try to be super easy to deal with after the problem. You know, refund immediately, yeah, replace it with something else, blah, blah, blah. Quick communication. I try to do all that stuff. Some people don't do that, and then you're like, okay, this is kind of weird, but even then, I'm not trying to throw them under the bus. Okay, Deltaros, this is first ed. I did put all these eventually in my my binder when I finally got a good copy. $38. I think I did eventually get one from some different places. This is up 90%. Whoa. Whoa. All right, number C39, Utopia Ray. This is definitely going to be an interesting episode to see what you guys were saying down there. Because I know some people are going to be like, dude, why didn't you bash the people? Oh, and then so I'm sure somebody else will say, well, you deserve that negative feedback. And I'm like, no, please. It hurts. Okay. But yeah, feel free. Just keep it nice down there. You know, keep it nice. But yeah, feel free to state your opinions down there, whatever you guys think. But C32 Shark Drake Vice. Some I actually did. I actually did get some really nice ones in the Ghost Rares as well. I think I did on the return, and where like the initial one was actually really close to near mint, and I was super pumped. Though a lot of time, not so much. 34.94. That's why another thing about using prices off TCG Player that you have to consider. This is something like, let's say I'm pricing out a Ghost Rare and I want to use TCG Player. The problem is half these sellers are not near mint. Like they'll say they have a near mint Ghost at $35. But then if I buy all these, only 2 out of 4 are going to be near mint or even close. And then some are going to be mod play, heavy play. So it's like really weird to price stuff like, usually Ghost Rares are like the biggest problem. Everything else is usually pretty close. But Ghosts are just so brutal to be in good condition. Dark Rebellion, Xyz, Dragon. You know what I need to do next year? I need to do this exact same thing that I did. And just keep buying Ghost Rares that I need because I'm really close. We've bought all these ones for this 1,000 investment, and we bought the one from Lewis, the Misprint Tactical Evolution Rainbow. A lot of the big ones got knocked out. I still need to get Stardust. I technically have Black Rose in my Edison deck. I need to get Stardust. I just don't want to spend like $2,000 on it, to be honest. It's just painful. I did that with the Misprint, but that's like a really unique, like rare card. For like, I know the Ghost is rare and limited packs and everything, but I'm like, man, $2,000. That is brutal. That's like, it's a lot of money. 1958. Yeah, so it's tough. It's tough to actually commit to that. All right, Draco Quest. Why do I feel like I ended up getting one from Uber? Is that where I got one from? The Uber Trading, the legend on Whatnot. If you guys have not followed him, make sure you guys check him out. One of the goats of Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. Holy crap. This is definitely not a correct price. It's like a buyout, 149. Lightly plays are at 25. The sales were at like, I bought one for 95, 90. Okay, these might have been not English copies then. All right, you know what? I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with the data we got. I mean, this seems like probably not a real price, but hey, 149.99. We'll put it down. 3 times as much as I paid, but pretty cool. Junk Berserker. If you guys like more of this style of how we're doing it, which is like more chatting, more discussing like market things, more discussing like, you know, my selling experiences, stuff like that, let me know. I mean, a lot of my selling experiences now are on my website. So you guys, we just email back and forth and it's super easy. Like I've made tons of mistakes with like, you know, sending them people the wrong things on Whatnot, not having things in stock. You know, I mess up stuff all the time. That's the thing that I think buyers don't really consider is like sellers are not perfect. Like we are not like superhuman people. Like we are just like you, which I know some people don't realize that they also make mistakes, but we make mistakes all the time. You know, the more patient you are, the better. Like there are some awesome, like some of you guys, a lot of you guys that buy on the website are just incredible buyers, super understanding when I make a mistake. I try to usually be like, hey, is there anything else you want? See if we can make it where you get something you want or whatever, instead of a refund, because the refunds kind of suck. And most of you guys are super cool. There was one, I still blows my mind. There's a guy who had bought on my website tons and tons of times, like over and over and over. He bought probably 10, 15 orders, and it was always super smooth. I had never made a mistake on his order. He had just bought a lot. I mean, like expensive stuff. Like he spent a few $100s a few times. Like he spent a lot. One time the dreaded inventory issue happened. I didn't have a couple of the cards he ordered. And I'm like, hey, I think, because another big thing is I do Whatnot streams and then I have to fulfill 100+ orders. And if they sell double over there, I don't know that I sold them until I fulfill the order. So it takes a couple days to do that. So it's a couple days where my website has them still listed. So I have to remove them as I go, and then of course I can forget after that. But like most of the time I remember to take them off, but there's like that fulfillment period where I can't take them off because I need to be 100% sure I sold them on there. He bought a couple things and I was like, hey man, they don't have them anymore. I can send you a refund. I can send you something else. He was so mad. He was so mad. He left like a negative review on my website. I think he's never bought again. So like as a seller, like obviously you don't want to make mistakes, but like there are people that will not forgive you. They will be so angry that you messed up their order one time out of like 20. Now, this is a very rare situation. A lot of you guys are super chill and like I've messed up your order multiple times. Some of you guys, there's one guy on Whatnot. He bought $20 bundle. He would buy two $20 bundles and I would always send him one because there would be so many orders in a row that were just one. So I'd just be like, whoa, like mushy doing one in a row. And then he would have two just like randomly in there. And the way Whatnot shows it is it's kind of tricky. And if you look on the invoice, you can see it, but on the thing, it'll say one because he bought them twice at the same time. Well, if I'm not paying full attention, you can miss that. And so, then that guy, he's so cool. He's like, hey, I only got one. And I literally did it like 3 times and I felt so bad. I was like, dude, I got to stop sucking. I'm sorry about this. So it is a wide range. So shout out to all you awesome buyers out there who deal with crappy sellers and like people like me who just make mistakes sometimes. So I appreciate all you guys doing that. Very cool. And then there are you guys who do not. And like, look, you don't have to be a cool buyer. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just shouting out you if you are, right? If you're not, you know what? You are entitled to be angry that your order was messed up. I get it. But shout out to all you guys who aren't angry. So I kind of got carried away there talking about that. I'll just take a little look here. We are still up 43% for this year. Wait, that is actually insane. 43%, $425. Okay, yeah, if you're interested in any of these cards, hit me up because we need to lock in some of this profit. A lot of this is the Air Neos, and then $95 on this Draco Quest, I'm sure is a little fake, but it probably is up like $50, maybe like 95, $100, like total for the price. So then, up $45 or whatever. But wow, that's pretty impressive. We actually haven't had too many stinkers yet. That's because they haven't had a chance to reprint everything. And I do feel like maybe the quarter centuries, because they can't reprint quarter century, they can only do starlights and all that other stuff. The quarter centuries might have like their own little niche category where it's like, I have the quarter century. You can't reprint the 25th stamp. You can only do the 30th stamp, the 28th stamp, whatever you want to do. You can't do the 25th stamp again. I don't know. Maybe that's going to pay off. And then, of course, I don't know why we don't invest in Air Neos every year because that's not Air Neos. That is the booster box. But Air Neos refuses to get a reprint. It probably never will at this rate. We had the whole Greg White situation, the whole Ravidactyl situation, and no, not a peep from Konami. So I have a feeling that's not coming back. But overall, definitely a different video on our check-in, but I finally did get it done. Shout out to you guys for checking out this longer video. I don't even know how long it's going to be because I was gone for like 10 minutes with it still recording. So I think it'll be 25, 30 minutes. So shout out to you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more of this. If you want to see a year 5, let me know. We'll definitely check in on these at the end of year 4, see how we're doing. Of course, hit me up if you want to buy any of these. I know that most of these are in stock unless I've sold them. And check out some other videos on your way out. We got a whole playlist of this thing. You can check throughout the years, like how it went. Like sometimes we were up a lot, then it went down a lot. It's a lot of fun to follow the series. So check out some other videos on your way out. Thank you guys for checking out the channel. I'll see you guys in another video. Shout out to America Deutscher, Brandon Cheney, Adams, Ghost King TCG, Ronald Apple. Oh, and Archlord Gristia First Edition! Bema Trading, Gilded Cowboy, Ian Musa, Junior Barty. Oh my goodness! Robert F., Changeline, Crypto Poppy, and Dr. Bob. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. I'll see you guys next time. The Blue Eyes White Dragon has been pulled! Let's go!